First, it's like we've died and gone to nerd heaven on this one. What's up, Universe, and welcome back to the web's first must-see comic and nerd culture show. Welcome to Comic Universe, guys. I'm one of your hosts, as always, C-Dubs. And as you guys can see, I'm running solo on this video. And guys, have I got a special treat for you. I just got done watching Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I gotta say, I absolutely loved it. And if the nostalgia is so strong with this movie, and if nostalgia was nourishment, I could live for a year off of this movie alone. It is everything I've ever wanted to see in, granted it's not live action, but in motion, if you will. Comics are great and all, I love it, but when you can kind of just sit back, relax, and enjoy, okay, there's just something special about this crossover. It's something we've always wanted. I think the only way it could get better is Ninja Turtles and Daredevil, since, you know, it's kind of a parody of one another, or I should say the Turtles are kind of a parody of that. Man, the nostalgia is strong with this, guys. So as always, guys, I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the badass. And guys, first and foremost, let's kick off with the good. The voice cast. I'm not going to run through everybody, but overall, stellar performance. Now, though I am a traditionalist and would have loved to have Mark Hamill as the voice of Joker, as well as Conroy as the voice of Batman, we don't get that, but we get the next best thing in Troy Baker, who does the voice of both characters. Hopefully he got paid double for it. And let me tell you, there are times where I swear I was listening to Conroy. I swear to God, he did such a good job. This is probably the best performance I've heard from him. Okay, Batgirl kills it. Rachel Bloom does a great job. The voice of Penguin, Tom Kenny, this dude, to me, reminded me of what I love about when people do that with Penguin. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and in this one, it is flawless. Absolutely loved it. Everybody from Shredder and Ra's al Ghul, he does a good job as well. The only... I'll hold off on that, actually. Hold on. So, again, all the Turtles, kick-ass, awesome. They do a great job. Alright, guys, this does the comic justice. It follows it, you know, for the most part pretty well. There are some scenes which are literally ripped from the pages, and some of the dialogue which are ripped from the pages as well. But of course, with every animated incarnation, you get some liberties taken. There are some characters that have been left out. Nobody major. And maybe even a few characters that have been placed in. But again, nobody major. But all your major heavy hitters are in it. All the Turtles. You have Batgirl, you have Robin, you have Batman, and of course you have Shredder, and you have the Foot, and all of them are all in it, and they do a great job. However, though this is rated PG-13, I would suggest that if you have children, I could see some parents not liking what comes from some of the scenes in this, because there is a good amount of violence, and there are deaths, there is blood. There's actually a decapitation scene. You don't necessarily see the decapitation, but you literally, after the event, see the head on one side drop and then the body fall on the other side. You literally see a Chinese star shuriken right into someone's head. You get the Turtles saying, like, damn and hell. So not everybody would, depending on how old your child is, though it has the Turtles in it, it may not be for everybody. However, it is definitely for me, and I loved it, and I want more of this. I hope that this was like a test to see how well, Turtles to straight to DVD would be, or even straight to the cinema. Because if this was a Fathom event, I would have been there. That's how great this was. I would pay double. I would pay like $40 to see this movie again. That's how much I love this movie. So let me move on to the bad. This is just me nitpicking, to be honest with you. There's just a few things that I didn't care for. First and foremost, the voice of Robin, I can't really get behind too much. I just didn't like it. And part of it could have also been that the portrayal of Robin in this arc, okay, though he looks like Damian, he does not act like Damian. He does not talk like Damian. He does not reference Ra's al Ghul as his grandfather, so it was really hard for me to place what Robin we were talking about. I assume it's Damian. However, again, with him just not being as violent or really acting like him, it took me out of Robin, and the voice didn't really match Damian as well, so it was like maybe more Tim. And if you told me that this was connected possibly to the old The Batman cartoon, I would almost believe you, just because of the dynamics between Batman, Batgirl, and Robin, because obviously Robin was younger in that, and Batgirl was technically the first sidekick, if you will. So it was just kind of weird. Maybe that was just to pay homage to that, because this movie does pay a lot of homage to many different forms of Batman and its lore, as well as the Turtles. And we'll get into that here shortly in the badass section. But again, Robin, just I wasn't necessarily feeling. He was animated well, he had cool scenes, but again, it just was weird, and it could just be me, but I just didn't feel the connection on which Robin I was dealing with, again, though I do believe it was Damian. The only other thing that I would have to say is the animation may not be for everybody, but I do believe that it will grow on you. Okay, and there was really just two parts of the animation that I didn't really connect with. First and foremost, the turtles are fine. You get used to them, like I said. However, all of the turtles' eyes are drawn very well. They're able to emote emotion and allow you to see what they're thinking, feeling, and acting towards, except for Donnie. Donatello's eyes are just basic circles, while everybody's are like the normal slits, and they kind of, again, when they're in action, they kind of squint and stuff like that. Donnie's just, I don't know if he's just meant to be a bug-eyed, beady-eyed, maybe resemble glasses. I don't know. I just didn't feel it. It really, just the only thing I didn't care about the animation. Oh, and the only other thing is there's a scene where Batman doesn't have a shirt on. And the lines that are in his bat suit, which I thought at first were part of the bat suit, turns out that's just the way that they draw ribs, because he has them on his skin as well. So I was a little like, oh, that's kind of weird. But again, very minor, and it's me nitpicking the hell out of it. Let's move on to the badass, because that's what we all want to know. Fight scenes are flickin' flackin' awesome. Yes, I said flickin' flackin' because I don't know who's watching this video, and I just want to say all kinds of curse words here, because that's how great it was. But man, we get a fight scene between Batman and the Shredder, and let me tell you, it does not necessarily go the way you would think. Batman is introduced to a special move that only Splinter and Shredder know, and let me tell you, Batman himself even says, man, spoiler alert, he tells them straight up, I have never been hit with anything like that before. Okay, we get an awesome fight scene between the Turtles and Batman, a small little sparring match between Leo and Batman, which was really awesome. We get another fight scene between Robin and the Turtles, which was really cool. And of course, Ra's al Ghul, depending on which preferring, how you prefer to say it. I try to please everybody on this one. And the Turtles, that was really awesome. We get a round 2 between Batman and Shredder. It was just absolutely awesome. I loved every single fight scene. It was just downright awesome. You get a bunch of fight scenes between Batman's Rogues Gallery and the Turtles as well. And there's something special and unique about these fights. So if you've never read the comic and if you have not seen it yet, I don't want to spoil it for you. But these fight scenes are pretty awesome. There's one in particular that actually gave me a great idea for a Scarecrow story when he's fighting Leonardo. And it would just be pretty cool, and I'm surprised no one has ever written it before. And maybe in fan fiction might be the way to go with that one, because it was really awesome. A really cool fight scene there. You get Bane. You have your Mr. Freeze is in it. You have, of course, Joker and Harley, which definitely were shown in the actual trailer. Penguin again kills it. I love Penguin. Michelangelo's reaction to Penguin is freaking rad. I just absolutely loved his reaction to almost all of Gotham. However, a little spoiler alert here, and this doesn't mess with the story or really spoil the movie. One of the most badass parts to this film really is the... Again, if you've never read the comic, they're obviously from two different universes, and we're talking about crossing over. However, in this, they just allude to being a part of the same universe. They just kind of came over from New York City. And so that was pretty awesome. I just, the possibilities are endless because we can continue to keep having these movies, and we, even when we surpass the stories of the comics, like, this could be a thing. Like, this could really be a thing that happens quite often. Maybe we see the Turtles taking on more of his Rogues Gallery, or maybe, you know, vice versa. Batman will start taking on some of the Turtles' Rogues Gallery. This could be a thing because they're in the same universe, or at least alluded to be. They never explain, you know, other than, hey, we just came from New York. So it's pretty freaking awesome. That's really going to be the biggest spoiler thing that I'm going to let anybody know, because I want you guys to go and experience it and nerd out for yourself. If you guys want a spoiler-filled review, let me know in the comments below. I'll gladly kind of go more into detail in certain fight scenes and things like that. However, guys, if you have not seen it, go rent it right now. You can find it digitally online already. There are other ways to get it too. You know, you may have to search for it, but you can find it. I myself watched it on YouTube, so that was pretty awesome. I rented it through Google Play. So definitely check it out, guys. I give this a solid 5 out of 5 stars. I'd give it more if I could, to be honest with you. As of right now, it's hard for me to tell you if I like this better than the original live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. It's neck and neck. It's really close. It's freaking awesome. As well as, this is debatable whether I liked Endgame or this as my #1 movie of the year. I'm serious. That's how awesome it was. Oh, there's one more part about the badass that I kind of wanted to let you guys know. Again, there's a lot of references and scenes that kind of call back to some of the other Turtles and other Batman mythos and things like that. Again, we get blimps in here, which are definitely reminiscent of the Batman the Animated Series. You do get a kind of a slight showdown almost between the Batmobile and the Party Wagon, if you will. The Turtles Party Wagon, which is really cool. But a really cool reference that I caught that I don't hear a lot of other people mentioning it. There's Batman ends up, again, slight spoiler, it's nothing major. Batman ends up taking Raphael's Psi, and this is how he deciphers and figures out what it is he was actually fighting and who he was actually fighting through the DNA off of the Psi. But, you know, Raphael literally goes, "Oh, he stole my Psi," like in the original movie when they took his Psi. So it was really cool. I laughed my butt off with that one. And there's this really cool scene that I want you guys to be on the lookout for. Raphael being one of the most popular Turtles. You know, I think all the Turtles have their own fan base, but Raphael's definitely up there. He's definitely one of mine. He's my second favorite Turtle, but he has a moment here where he goes and he basically tells Batman how it is. And you can't believe it's Raphael as the one who's the voice of reason in this scene, and it was magic. Like, in the moment I wasn't like all choked up about it, but when I think about it, you know, just how much I love the Turtles and seeing that growth in that character kind of gets me a little choked up now. That's how much I love these guys and just how big of a part of my life they've been. And rethinking about it, I really getting a little choked up. It's just so awesome that they did that and delivered that and gave it to us. And you know, the Turtles are this entity that can speak to so many different generations and that have been around for so many generations. And clearly, you know, right now we do have one that is currently on Nickelodeon that is, you know, and if you like it, that's great. It is geared towards a younger audience, so someone like myself do kind of find it a little more difficult to get into. So this is like the perfect way to, you know, for me to get to still enjoy them in this day and age. So it's absolutely awesome. So be on the lookout for that scene. It's fantastic. And guys, again, let me know if you want to hear a spoiler review. We'll definitely get that up. And guys, don't forget to Hulk smash the hell out of that like button. Smash it like you mean it. Subscribe if you haven't already. If this is the first time you're stumbling around one of our videos, guys, we do everything from reviews to all kinds of nerd topics and news and things like that. And not to mention, if there's anything out there you want us to cover or do, or type of video you want us to do, let us know in the comments below, man. We're always open to suggestion, and you know, Lord knows we have so many different types of segments that what's one more, right, guys? So guys, until next time, I'm C-Dubs, and I'll see you in the universe. Peace.